Hello and welcome back to another Saturday here at Moody Park in Ewing, New Jersey. Jocelyn Priali, joined here by Luke Lundler for more ECCBL baseball action. But today we have the South Jersey Kings taking on the Trenton Generals. Two teams, Luke, coming right towards the end of the season, both in the playoff race, both trying to get their bids in, especially with the Trenton Capitals on riding a hot streak lately. These two teams find themselves at the bottom of the Southern standings now, both trying to fight and get a playoff spot in.
Yeah, the Southern Division has quickly turned into quite a dogfight. As these three teams outside of the Mercer Mammoths that have really started to separate themselves in the top of that district have kind of equalized, with the Caps getting really hot, the Generals and the Kings kind of slowing down. And it makes games like these really important. You know, the Kings 13-16-1, the Generals 12-14-2. Kings have played more games, but that isn't the tiebreaker that it was in previous years. So these two teams just duking it out for seeding right now, but trying not to be that last team in that Southern Division.
Tomasetto skies this one deep to right field, chasing Hartman back, but he'll have room to make the catch. So we apologize for the late start. As you guys can see, we're picking you guys up in the bottom of the first. In the top of the first, you had Tim Welsh out there, all-star for the Trenton Generals, threw a nice 1-2-3, really pitch-efficient, quick inning against the Kings. So Tim Welsh is the starter for the Generals today. He'll be back out there for the second. And now we have Noah Rivera out there for the Kings at the moment. That was just his second out, producing the flyout per Tomasetto.
Yeah, and it's interesting that we have Henry Ayers coming up here batting fourth. He had been in leadoff for so long, and he had just done such a good job, especially recently, of churning out singles and just staying tall and slapping stuff the opposite way. To put him in the 4 spot is an interesting strategy decision by Coach Coryell. We'll see if it pays off for him.
One of their younger guys committed to Middlebury University. As we mentioned, go back to Noah Rivera on the mound for the Kings. Was not an all-star, Luke, but he had all-star caliber numbers. I mean, across 28 innings this year, a 3.8 ERA. Nice strikeout numbers. Doesn't walk a lot of guys. As that one runs inside on Ayers. It'll be 2-0. You mentioned being a single guy. I mean, Ayers is hitting .413 on the season so far through 54 plate appearances. So, I mean, he's had the large sample size as well to go along with that. He chops this one the other way over to shortstop, coming on to make the plays. Pedrick over to Tufano over at first base, and that'll do it in the bottom of the first. So 2 pitchers, 2 quick innings headed to the top 2. It's the Kings nothing and the Generals nothing here at Moody Park.
From Hartford, the second baseman, number 11, Andrew Pedrick.
Andrew Pedrick here, ready to get going against Tim Welsh. So he watches that first fastball upstairs. Pedrick, a .318 hitter on the season. He's been very consistent for the Kings. In the beginning of the year, he did struggle just a little bit, but ever since then, he's been riding a very consistent. I feel like I see a lot of 1 for 3 days in him looking back in the scorebooks. He always just kind of gets that little knock to keep that average up there.
Yeah, you know, he's an all-star for a reason. He's a valuable bat in the middle of this lineup.
So he chops this one over to second base. It's going to be a tough play over there by Tomasetto as that throw goes wide. Pedrick going to take advantage of the error and end up all the way over there at second base. It was a tough play. Reaching to the glove side was Tomasetto trying to make the play. He had to throw that That's an underratedly hard play, Luke. Having to make that play and throw across your body to get that ball over to Cano Pitzell. I mean, it just threw it wide. So nonetheless, though, Pedrick's going to end over there at second base, and the Kings have a leadoff base runner in scoring position.
Number 8, Jack Fitzpatrick.
So that'll bring up Jack Fitzpatrick for the Kings. Takes a hack at that first pitch fastball. Line into center field. That's a base hit. Pedrick slipped over there at second base, so he won't be able to advance to the base. But Jack Fitzpatrick comes up and puts a charge into the first pitch he sees from Welsh. So once again, it's back-to-back base hits for the Kings, and they are in business now.
Yeah, and this brings up Austin Buchanan, and I'm really intrigued to see this matchup. Buchanan doesn't have the greatest counting stats this season, but is a powerful bat. LaSalle commit, heading to that program over there in North Philly, and I'm intrigued to see how he can handle Welsh's fastballs, especially the fastballs high in the zone.
I mean, a lot of ECCBL has not been able to as he fouls that one back. I mean, Welsh across 27 innings as well, so both pitchers have the same amount of innings, but Welsh, you could say, went up to him a little bit. He's a 2.6 ERA across those 27 innings with 15 strikeouts and only 12 walks. So he's been super, super solid for the Generals, even while they have had their struggles. But this is a big spot for Buchanan. So he takes a swing and a miss at that fastball. Welsh has hopped way ahead 0-2. Now in the driver's seat of this key at-bat. Luke, I'm honestly surprised didn't see the bunt coming down. I mean, this is kind of the situation this late in the season where I would expect the bunt here. Both these teams need this game.
Yeah, Buchanan's not the kind of guy I think who would like to lay down a bunt.
Well,
risky pickoff there. You never know what's going to happen there. And again, with nobody gone, I think you want to send Buchanan up there and tell him, hey, swing away. If you know, perhaps it doesn't go well, maybe he falls behind, but he can't bunt now.
Here's the 0-2 from Welsh. That goes upstairs.
You're right. You know, it's kind of a head coach Tyler Kimmick is just didn't feel like laying down the bunt in this one, which, you know, you can't hate.
It's a little early, so it's understandable.
Everybody has their own strategy decisions. So.
Here's the 1-2 from Welsh. Fastball popped up. Giving range towards it is Hallett over there at third base. Called off by Sestawicki over at shortstop, and that'll be the first out for the Generals. I'm going back to time today, Luke. We are going to play 2 7-inning doubleheaders today. So we are with you now for Game 1, Game 2. We'll continue right after that. That is if these dark, ominous clouds once again in ECCBL baseball are raining down. We've had some rough weather as of lately, to say the very least.
I think you've had some rough weather.
Oh, I've had some. Me and Ben Chadwick have had some very rough weather.
This is the first time I've had a rain game in like 10 days, which for this season the ECCBL is pretty good numbers.
In the past week and a half, I've had 3 rainouts, so it has not been good for me and Ben Chadwick, to the very least. Here's the 0-1 from Welsh to Williams. This one's popped up over to the right side. Coming on is Inkalingo. Called off by the center fielder, Plopper. Runner is not going to tag. Petrick will hold off over there. It's a nice throw by Plopper. I mean, wow, that shot was on the money if Petrick even thought about going. He was able to halt him over there at second base, so Welsh, after giving up 2 leadoff base runners, now has the escape hatch. He has 2 dead now. That'll bring up Enrico Tufano.
Number 24, Enrico Tufano.
Tufano out of Franklin and Marshall. Runner will go, and Pedrick throw down over to third base is in time. Nice shot there by LaQuara. Hallett with the nice tag, and Tim Welsh fired up as he finds his way out of that jam. Generals able to keep the Kings scoreless here, headed to the bottom of the second. It's the Kings and Gens tied at 0 apiece.
Hi, my name is Dr. Philip Glassner. I'm a hip and knee replacement specialist at Mid-Jersey Orthopedics. We're a multi-specialty orthopedic practice with offices in Flemington, Bridgewater, and Washington, New Jersey. We have 18 fellowship-trained specialists to take care of you from your neck down to your toes. We offer conservative management such as bracing, therapy, and injections through surgical interventions as well. Our goal is to keep you active and healthy and get you back in the game. We also offer on-site digital X-ray as well as MRI. We have evening and Saturday morning office hours to assist with convenient appointment times, as well as having walk-in appointments available. Call us or visit our website at midjerseyorthopedics.com so we can help you to live life better.
As Rivera is ready to get set for his second inning of work, first pitch is fouled back by Incolingo. I mean, Luke, you want to talk about a dangerous bat to Nato Incolingo. We know he's had that pop. We've called multiple of his home runs here this year. That pitch is taken downstairs. There's strike 2 on the corner from Rivera. Apologies, Incolingo is on deck. Cano chops this one foul. Mike Coryell giving way over there at third base.
Hey, he's moving. Sliding his feet. Keeping the ball down in front of him. Practicing what he preaches. Cano Pizzell, might not have the supreme hit numbers, but he's a bat in this lineup. It feels like every time I see him get up there, he is a threat to line one down into left field. And I'm intrigued to see kind of if the Generals make the playoffs, if he can be one of those guys that gets real hot down the stretch. He can maybe steal him a game or two.
He is a 307 hitter with 9 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Rivera. Curveball, just missed.
But we got a lot of hovering around 300 guys. He's not like an errors in the way he separates himself with his average, but he's one of the more impressive bats in this lineup, and I like how Coach Coryell utilizes him in the middle, especially with Incolingo right behind him.
As he flies that one foul. So it's a nice at-bat here from Rivera. Rivera so far has been pretty pitch efficient. And it's his second inning of work. Only at 14 pitches. Here's the 2-2 from him. Curveball line into left field. Giving way towards the fence is Buchanan. That ball is gone. Thomas Cano Pizzell gets a hanging breaking ball from Noah Rivera. Puts a charge in it, and that ball is gone. Puts the Generals right back in front. And just what the doctor had ordered. Trenton needed this one badly. And Thomas Cano Pizzell provides some much-needed power and puts them ahead 1-0.
Thomas Cano Pizzell. Get hot at the right time. That's kind of the most valuable thing you can do this late in the season, and he's just that. Another one of those swings where you're thinking right off the bat, you thought that thing was Karen. Buchanan didn't even chase that hard. Big swing of the bat for the Generals, and now you got Incolingo coming up, who's just as much of a threat to go yard.
Watches that first fastball upstairs and miss. It's 1-0. We can kind of tell off the bat, Luke. I mean, you knew that ball was going to go for a ride. I mean, Rivera threw him that hanging breaking ball just the pitch before. He goes back to the well again, trying to get that breaking ball over for strike 3. And Cano Pizzell was ready for it, just absolutely tattooed that baseball. And Kalingo pops this one up over towards the right side, giving way towards the fences to Fano. He should have room to make the catch. Drifting. Oh, nice catch. Drifted all the way with his back up against the fence, but Tufano able with some nice concentration right there to make the catch, and that'll be the first out of the inning for the Kings.
From Franklin and Marshall, third baseman.
The rain's starting to come down harder here. Definitely not the drizzle we were anticipating earlier on. At least it's blowing away from the window, so my laptop isn't getting wet.
We had some rough windstorms on Wednesday night. This is not as bad yet. It's Hallett now, the batter for the Generals, going to watch that first fastball way inside. Hallett, just a .230 hitter for the Gens. 7 RBIs and 6 strikeouts as well. You know, kind of one of those nice bottom of the order plug-and-play guys that can get the job done when needed. They can pick up that clutch hit every once in a while.
It's always kind of been the book on these Generals.
So he pops this one up over to the right side. Hartman, the right fielder, coming on to make the catch, and he'll put him away.
Is that they do a real good job hitting the ball. And outside of that, they really tend to struggle on the mound, on the base paths in the field. That's been their downfall so far this year. But again, teams with high-powered offenses like that can find their way to wins just because of those bats. So intrigued to see how this big game can go for them just off the back of their offense.
Alec Bischoff ready to get set now out of Mercer County Community College. He's had his fair share of struggles here in ECCBL. Was a .232 hitter over there at Mercer. As he pops this one up, so the third straight Gens batter to pop a baseball up. It's Tufano giving room in foul ground, and that will do it. So Noah Rivera, part that leadoff home run, looked pretty solid in that inning. Gets three weak flyouts, you could say. But the Gens' damage is done. They lead 1-0, headed to the top of the third here at Moody Park. Hopefully this rain is able to hold up. We'll be right back with you for more ECCBL action.
First baseman, number 24.
Here in the top of the third, Tim Welsh out there for his third inning of work. First pitch fastball just misses upstairs.
Like you mentioned, Welsh been one of the more consistent guys for Coach Coryell in a bullpen that's kind of been the epitome of inconsistency this year. Hopefully that one keeps our camera in a relatively good angle. You know, it's a little shaky, but I'll get out there between innings and fix it. Just not trying to get myself too wet with that rain coming down, pushing towards us now.
Tufano's really turned his season around. He's had some struggles at a lot of points, but he has that average up at 288. He's been very consistent for the Kings. I feel like we've always seen him in that 8 or 9 hole, kind of working that double leadoff type action. As he's in the 8 hole today with Mercado following behind him. So he chops that one foul. Count will be 2-2. Tufano out of Franklin and Marshall. Was 4 for 8 in his freshman season, so 500 hitter for him in a small sample size. This is 2-2's fouled back. He is right on that Welsh breaking ball, Luke. I feel like a lot of these Kings hitters haven't been able to pick up that breaking ball early out of the hand of Welsh. And that's kind of letting them be super late on the fastball. But I feel like so far in this at-bat, Tufano's been on that breaking ball.
Maybe the rain is preventing it from spinning as much, or at least getting good enough grip, but didn't matter there.
So he wasn't able to pick up that breaking ball. Swing and a miss there. Tim Welsh, a nice looking hook there. Sits down Tufano for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I was just about to say maybe the rain is preventing Welsh from kind of gripping it and spinning it as much as he'd like to, but got him right there upstairs. And Welsh settling in nicely so far in this one. For a Generals team that has really struggled for consistent pitching, if he can even get through this, you're looking at 3 strong innings. You'll take that every day.
As despite the first pitch ball, that one sailed over the head of Welsh by LaQuara. So they'll get they'll get that ball back. Up next now is Ty Mercado. Out of Hartford Community College. He watches that pitch. That's strike 1 on the corner. Mercado, a 200 hitter, has struggled a fair amount for the Kings this year. So he watches strike 2, and Welsh just hopped ahead quickly on another batter. I feel like, Luke, especially so far, we've really seen why Welsh is the all-star that he is. Here's the 1-2 from him. Chopped over to first base. And it's going to sneak through the hole. Cano Patel couldn't glove it on the backhand, so Ingalingo will come in and make the throw. But nonetheless, it's a 1-out single for Ty Mercado going the other way. We just talked about his struggles. Kings need a guy like Ty Mercado to kind of get going, especially in the midst of this playoff race.
Yeah, that one took a tough hop on the lip between the grass and the dirt. It looks like Canopazzo was kind of moving over and might have had a pretty good shot at it. Getting back to first would have been the bigger question, but ultimately we didn't have to ask ourselves any of those questions because the ball popped over his glove and into the outfield.
Jordan Raba watches first pitch strike on the corner from Welsh. Raba also had a Mercer County Community College. Hit .429 over there in his freshman campaign with 19 doubles and a home run, 31 RBIs as well. So we talk about guys, especially in college, their first 2 years kind of struggling to find some consistent success. Raba, that was not the case. He found that success right away. It's going to be a fake steal over there from Mercado. Laquara was lost in the sauce there. Throw it down to second base anyways. We had a 1-1 count here at the plate with Rob in the box. Rob was just a .216 hitter, though, this summer. He skies this one over to left field. That one is going to be a fair ball. Nice job by Rob to sneak it over the line. Give room towards the line as Bischoff. Rounding third, heading for home is Mercado. As he's going to be there safely without a throw. It's a 1-out, 1 RBI double, and Jordan Raba's knotted this game up at 1 apiece.
Really nice piece of hitting by Raba. You feel like the hot streak for him hasn't yet come this summer, but he's been still in that leadoff spot all year. Really, a lot of faith shown by head coach Tyler Kimmick in his center fielder to have him lead off all year. Right there, made the most of leadoff spot. Like you mentioned, wouldn't have been possible, though, without that nice at-bat by Mercado, working that kind of basically infield single to get on base in that bottom of the lineup spot. And now the Kings lineup flips over some more, and maybe they can add on some more runs.
As Dom Manzilla's ready to go. Trying to give the Kings their first lead on the day. Watches that first pitch curveball outside from Welsh. We see it a lot, Luke, with these guys kind of having that continued success in college, and then they come over the summer, they're just struggling. I feel like the epitome of that this season has been Jackson Scrow of the Capitals, one of the best D3 players in the country, and just struggling mightily this year. But a guy like Rob as well was a .430 hitter in college. I feel like just to see that ball drop, be an RBI double, and just kind of get your team going, especially in a game that is a must-win for them, I feel like it's got to be a great feeling.
Absolutely, but now it's up to him to continue that moving forward and not let it kind of be a one-hit wonder. You can't fly too high on a single double down on an individual double down the opposite field line.
Is that 3-0 fastball is inside for strike one. So Welsh trying to battle back despite giving him his first run. He's up to 33 pitches on the day. Here's the 3-1 fouled back by Anzilla. Count will go now to a full count 3-2. Zilla's 0 for 1 on the day. He is an even .300 hitter, though, on the season for the Kings. As that is ball 4, so Anzilla's going to take his base. Tim Welsh for the first time today with a lot of, not a little bit, but a lot of turbulence. 2 runners on, and the dangerous Eric Hartman coming up to bat at a rider.
Yeah, Hartman, nothing to sniff at. That in third for a reason. He's a guy that can be a threat with his bat.
There's a nice word to put it. He's a .333 hitter. Doesn't have as many games played as a lot of guys, but in that small sample size has been really good. Here's the 1-0 from Welsh to Hartman. Fastball missed outside, and Welsh now struggling with that command. And just right on cue, Laquara is going to go out there and have a talk with his pitcher. Also tell the rain's definitely going to be a factor. It is still coming down. I wouldn't say too hard yet, but it is coming down at a decent pace.
Yeah, it's definitely not coming down as hard as it was 10 minutes ago, but that doesn't mean it's lightened up significantly. There's still a certain amount of pace to how it's falling. And so that's obviously going to make things difficult for a pitcher and a guy like Welsh who, like we said, had gotten through 2 1/3 pretty easily, but like you mentioned, experiencing some turbulence here in the top of the third, bottom of the third, top of the third.
Here's the 2-0 way upstairs from Welsh, 3-0, and he is losing it. No action yet in the Generals bullpen, though. I'm sure that head coach Mike Coryell will be quick to change something up because they need this game. As that 3-0 fastball misses upstairs, ball 4, so the bases now will be loaded for the Kings after 2 consecutive walks by Welsh.
Number 11, second baseman, Andrew Pedrick.
As Andrew Pedrick's now ready to get going for his second at-bat on the day. And once again, we mentioned it, Luke. These are critical points and critical games for both these teams coming down to the wire. Playoffs right around the corner. Less than a week away. Pedrick takes a rip at that first pitch fastball, but it goes foul.
For a guy like Pedrick, there's only one out. The bases are loaded. You don't want to burn through an at-bat here. This is a valuable time to maybe get a sac fly, push that run across. Like you mentioned, this is an important game. You're going to take your leads wherever you can get them. So if you're Pedrick, I wouldn't try to put it all on one swing. I would try to do my best to just get this ball in play and try to play to run and bang on the fact it won't be a double play.
Here's the 0-1 from Welsh to Pedrick. Curveball just missed outside.
Also, especially given Welsh's relative lack of control recently, it's probably a pretty good idea to kind of play defensively here at the plate.
Here's the 1-1 chopped over to second base. Coming in is Canel Pitzel. He's going to go the easy way over to first base, but that means the runner will score, unable to turn the double play. So Rob over there at third base will come in with the second Kings run of the day. So Pedrick, at the minimum, is able to at least produce the RBI fielder's choice, so it's 2-1 Kings.
Yeah, and again, I'm a little surprised there wasn't any thought of a double play there by Tomasetto, which, again, it seems like you're looking at this Generals team like, well, I can count on both hands and both feet the amount of times Tomasetto's tried to, force a throw somewhere, or as defensively they tried to turn a play when they didn't need to. That was kind of an opportunity. You're like, you might as well try this thing. You're going to get one out anyway. And nonetheless, they didn't try to flip the second, because that was almost danger there.
LaCroix was able to get a piece of that one by Welsh. Did a nice job recovering that one. That could have been an easy run for the Kings. But yeah, I mean, it's a tough play, Luke. You kind of want the out. Also, it's early. If you're going to trade that second out for that one run, it gives Welsh a chance to get out here, because if you're only down one run out of a bases loaded, one out jam, that's not the worst thing in the world. Here's the 1-1 from Welsh. Fastball upstairs. It's 2-1.
Just given how Welsh has been struggling with his command in this inning, though, the Generals seem to take risks when they're unnecessary and be risk averse when the situation demands it. It's just in a way that I'm sure frustrates Coach Coryell. Maybe it's by the instruction of Coach Coryell. Again, like you said, it's not a horrible thing to trade an out for a run, especially given it was bases loaded, one out. But that's the play I think you got to try to flip over to second there.
Here's a 3-1 from Welsh to Fitzpatrick. This one grounded, hard hit, off the glove of Hallett. Unable to make the play is Hallett. Sestawicki picks it up, but he'll have no throw over there at third base. That should be a hit there by Jack Fitzpatrick. That ball was ripped over to third base.
Yeah, tough play for Hallett to make there, but he's got to see it all the way in. That's the kind of thing he's got to keep his eye on the ball, stay focused. And if he knocks it down, just be right there to pounce the ball and fire it over. Tough to not have a runner to just flip to at second there, but an unfortunate play for the corner of the infield.
I mean, that is going to be going in the books as a hit, and I agree. I mean, that ball was ripped by Fitzpatrick, so that'll make him 2 for 2 on the day. He's been very productive for South Jersey. Runners in the corners now, 2 dead as this pitch is fouled back by Buchanan. So Buchanan come up in a big spot in his first at-bat, was unable to succeed there. Here's the 1-1 from Welsh. Swing and a miss from Buchanan. It's 1-2.
Really fanning at that breaking ball there was Buchanan.
Also got some action now over there in that Gens bullpen. Welsh has worked his way quickly up to 50 pitches. I mean, we talked about in the first 2 innings, he was in cruise control, but some turbulence here in 3 innings, three runs, given up in this top of the third has not been what the doctors ordered for the Generals. Welsh now in a 2-2 count with Buchanan. Runners on the corners, 2 dead. Here's the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Welsh finally able to get out of the inning, but not before the Kings not only tie this ball game, but they hop back up on top. They lead 3-1, headed to the bottom of the third here at Moody Park. ECCBL is sponsored in part by Northfield Bank, proudly serving local communities since 1887 with branch locations across Mercer and Hunterdon counties. Northfield offers simply free checking with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and no per-check charges. Northfield Bank customers also enjoy free online banking, mobile app access, and a free debit card for everyday purchases. For more information, please visit northfieldbank.com or follow Northfield Bank on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Northfield Bank. Noah Rivera ready to get set for his third inning. Trying to do a little bit better than Welsh was in his third inning, as this one's popped up by LaQuara on the first pitch. LaQuara out of Randolph-Macon Community College. He chops this one into center field. That's a base hit. Nice shot there by J.C. LaQuara, and the Generals have a leadoff base runner.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there by LaQuara. Strong day continues. Gunned down that runner at third. Got on base there. For the Generals, though, they got to do what the Kings did and just capitalize on getting these early base runners in the innings.
As here's the man to do it. Leadoff man Jack Ploppert for the Generals. He is 0 for 1 on the day. Rain has eased up a little bit here in Moody Park, so it's good signs for the game to keep on going. Plopper watches that first pitch outside from Rivera. It's 1-0. Plopper, a 378 hitter. Along with 13 RBIs and 16 strikeouts. Here's the 1-0 from Rivera. Fastball skips in the dirt. Nice block behind the plate there from Fitzpatrick. Able to corral that one. For the Kings, Luke, this is not what you want so far. I mean, you just kind of took that lead. Don't want to hand it right back.
Good pitch there. But, yeah, you're right. And at this point, you got to flip back to the top of the order for the Generals, one of the better hitting teams in this league. But that's not to say Kings likely won't have their chances to just get out of this with good defense.
This one is headed towards the gap, and this is going to be a double for Jack Ploppert. LaQuara rounding second, headed for third. And Coach Coriel's going to wave him home. LaQuara headed home. Ploppert's going to be on third, standing up with a no-out triple. Brings in 1 run, so LaQuara will score. Cuts the deficit in half. It's now 3-2 Generals, and they have a base runner over there at third base in Jack Ploppert.
Yeah, I guess I spoke a little bit too soon. I was thinking, listen, the Kings are going to have at least some chances if it just makes some good defense plays to get out of this inning. Nothing you can do about that. That ball was just peace, as Ben Chabot likes to say, and just driven to the gap between Rabba and Hartman as Ploppert continues his strong season. And a nice chance here for the Generals to further their comeback efforts and do some more damage.
Sestawicki now due up for the Generals. I mean, a sac fly at the minimum. Now, a sac fly, ground ball, whatever you can do, can bring this run in. Put the Gens right back in this game after a rough inning from Welsh. As we're almost nearing the halfway point already in this game. Sestawicki watches that fastball in the outside corner. It's 1-1. Sestawicki, a 342 hitter for the Generals. Been very productive in that 2-hole. He's been in there most of the season. He takes a rip at this fastball. Headed towards the left side. Buchanan giving chase towards the line. It's going to be just foul.
I'm surprised. So that ended up dropping like 30 feet shy of the fence. That was like less than 300-foot hit, which stuns me because that off the bat, that thing looked ripped. Could be the rain. Could be the cold-ish weather, I guess. The heat isn't really rising to that. But it's just that was a bipolar swing for Sestawicki.
Here's the 1-2. Fastball just fouled back by him.
Not on that pitch as much as the ones before. We'll see if this means Rivera switches things up and tries a different kind of offering.
Sestawicki, a redshirt senior out of Elon. He rips this one over to the opposite field. That's going to get down for a base hit, headed towards the corner. This should be a double for Sestawicki. The runner will score in Ploppert easily, and it's now a tied ball game at 3 apiece. Justin Sestawicki comes through with the no-out double, and the Generals now have a chance to hop right back up in front with the runner in scoring position and nobody dead.
Yeah, Giacomo, we're on the seesaw here. These two teams just kind of teetering and tottering back and forth with who wants the lead and who gets to keep it. As we're really into the heart of the Generals lineup now. Again, a lot of this damage done before you see Ayers, before you see Inkalingo.
As we're going to have a mound visit for the Kings. Bullpen is just getting active now. They're sending someone down there to get loose. So I would think, Luke, you'd think either new pitchers, either this inning maybe for the Kings if Rivera's not able to get out of it, probably next inning for the Generals as well. Welsh's day's probably done.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to think based on the slight bullpen action we've seen out there. Although Coach Coriel is a big fan of let me bring him out one more inning, see if he can steal me an out or two, and then take him out of the game. Coach Coriel doesn't do a lot of between innings pitching changes. But you got to think that was a meeting with Rivera to be like, hey, dude, your leash is basically to run as short as it possibly can. One more big hit, we're going to yank you. So at least go down guns a-blazing. And he's going to have to do it against some pretty good hitters here in the middle of the Gens order.
Nick Tomasetto due up. We know he has some dangerous pop. He has had the most awkward home run of ECCBL action this year when it dinged off the leg of the scoreboard over there in right center field.
Yeah, Harold Ivory on the Quakertown Blazers actually did the exact same thing in a game I was solo calling.
Wow.
Dinged off the bottom foot. Didn't come back onto the field, but did ding off the foot of the scoreboard.
Yeah,
and
well, obviously,
at least stayed over the fence.
yeah, well, obviously you remember Tomasetto's did, and we didn't know if it was a double, home run, what was going on there. As he rips this one over to right field, head towards the corner. It's going to be just a foul ball. Wow, that one looked like it probably hit the line, but our home plate umpire said it's foul ball.
Yeah, I'm usually in contention with those calls. I thought that was the right call. I leaned forward. It looked to the right of the line to me. Our PA guy, Jeff, had a better look than I did. But it was pretty – it really could have gone either way. But to me, that thing dropped to the right of the line just barely.
What I just think is funny, Lucas, Tomasetto now being committed to Seton Hall, still rocking that scarlet red Rutgers helmet from last season.
Yeah.
Seton
Got to get him some gear.
Seton Hall needs to send this guy a new helmet. Here's the 1-2 from Rivera to Tomasetto. It's upstairs. It's now 2-2. Not only does Tomasetto have power, he hits for a high average. He's a 375 hitter on the summer as well. So this guy can just piece up some hits with 9 doubles as well and a triple. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Skied. Just going to get out of the infield. It's headed over into right field. Oncoming to make the catch is Hartman. Runner is not going to tag. And Sestwick over there, not deep enough. So Hartman able to get the first out for Rivera over there in right field. Now that'll bring up one of your guys today, Henry Ayers.
Yeah, I mean, you could say he's one of my guys. I just was impressed. The doubleheader I called, he had a walk-off in one of the games. It was against these same Kings. I was just impressed with the way he approaches the plate. But again, since that walk-off, he's been pretty cold, all things considered. Didn't get a hit in the second game of that doubleheader. His average is now teetering back down. At one point, he was hitting 700 in the month of July. But he's definitely coming much back down to earth recently.
He watches that first fastball way inside, almost hit him from Rivera. Me and Chad, we were talking about it on Wednesday. One of your favorite arms, Anthony Ungaro, was throwing the other day. We know how much you like him and how pitch efficient he's been this summer.
It's just I'm a big efficiency guy. I like when it's an assembly line of pitches that just go strike, strike, strike.
As Ayers rips this one over in center field, giving room towards the fence is Rabba, but he's able to make the catch. Wow. That was an awkward route by Rabba. Instead of running back, I thought the ball was hit a little bit harder by Ayers. He just kind of started drifting a little bit, and I was just shocked when Rabba was able to just stick his glove up and make that catch.
Yeah, it's probably even harder to see the ball against a sky like this than it would be against a blue sky. I mean, you played baseball more recently than I did, but you got to imagine with the ball being white and the sky being like a bright gray, that's a pretty tough backdrop to locate it on.
So Thomas Knopensel's ready to go. I disagreed with that pitch. I mean, that was called a strike. Somehow, Knopenzel can't believe it as he shakes his head.
Rivera had a lot of spin on that one. Maybe just got the call because the ump liked to look at the pitch go.
Here's the 0-1. That curveball's outside. Knopenzel on his first at-bat hit that mammoth home run. Showing off the power. I believe that was his first home run on the season. As it was his first home run. Here's the 1-1. Fastball, swing and a miss. It's now 1-2. So the Generals do have some damage done. They have tied this ball game up. It is 3-3. Knotted there.
Still feel like they're leaving a little bit of food on the plate,
Agreed.
though. Runner on second with nobody gone.
Knopenzel rips this one over to left field. This one doesn't have all the juice that his first hit did. And Buchanan's able to can it and put this one away. So Rivera finally able to work hit out of his jam. It's now tied up even at 3 apiece here, headed to the top 4 at Moody Park here in Ewing, New Jersey. Brent Williams ready to get going here, facing off against Welsh, who is still out there. I feel like what you mentioned in the last half inning, Coryell likes to, keep that guy out there for at least an out or two, try and just get a little bit more juice out of his starter. So much to my surprise at least, Welsh sticking out there despite a rough top of the third, giving up 3 runs against the Kings. Here's the 1-0 front to Welsh.
And, yeah, we mentioned it when we were talking about when they might flip out these pitchers in the last inning. Coach Coryell, not the kind of guy that likes to, give up on a pitcher between innings, usually sends him back out there.
This is grounded over to second base. Nice play by Tomasetto on the backhand. Took a moody hop. Tomasetto able to corral it, and there's 1 dead.
Yeah, nice play by Tomasetto. He definitely felt like that ball was about to kick up and hit him in the face. You can see he kind of shielded his face, sort of stuck his glove out in the direction of the ball, but he put it in the right spot. It popped right into the leather, and then he fired it on over.
One thing you won't have to worry about in college is Seton Hall being a nice turf field over there. So we won't have too many of those. Won't get many moody hops.
And he can't exactly go into the bullpen and go to the dugout and complain about the moody hop because Coach Coryell would be sitting right there, the keeper of these grounds, and would look at him and probably bench him for the rest of the game for disrespecting his haven.
2 straight balls now from Welsh to Tufano, who's 0 for 1 on the day. And here's that pitch. This one's popped up in the infield, coming in. Our 2 infielders. Sestawicki charging in, called off by Tomasetto, who will make the catch. So there's 2 quick outs for Welsh. And this has so far been a nice bounce back start to the inning after a rocky third inning.
Yeah, still wary, though, because we said that in the last frame, and then he ended up getting hit pretty hard, as I have successfully fixed the camera.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty good, all things considered. So, for him now, it's going to be about closing the door and finishing the job, which he struggled to do in that last frame.
And you have a guy with Ty Mercado, who is 1 for 1 on the day, so he had the better of Welsh in his first plate appearance. So he just watched ball 2 downstairs. Here's the 2-0. Fastball skips downstairs again, 3-0. Well, struggling to find that fastball consistent command so far this inning. As there's ball 4 way outside, so Mercado's going to reach base. And then I'll bring up Jordan Araba, another guy who got the better of Welsh in his last at-bat with that RBI double.
Yeah, good on Welsh for getting that second out, but he's still going to come back and face the top of the order that did so well against him in that last frame. So we'll see how he can read and react.
First pitch is popped up foul over to the left side. Thought that one may have had a chance to stay in at first, but it went way foul. Robbo looking to put the Kings back on front. Here's the 0-1 from Welsh. Curveball just missed downstairs. We did just get an update on our other doubleheader. We have the Caps and the Mammoths tied at 1 apiece. Nick Dromboski with the home run for the Caps, Little Drombo. As we just got another update, Caps now lead 3-1. Luke, I know you weren't here on Wednesday, but I feel like from Wednesday so far, the Caps have really righted their ship. They've looked like a really solid baseball team the past couple of games.
Yeah.
As Robbo rips this one shortstop, but right there is Sestawicki to make the catch. Unfortunate luck there for Jordan Rabba. Put a nice swing on that pitch, but Sestawicki in the right place at the right time. So Welsh able to work out of a scoreless 4th inning after a rocky third. Kings now headed back into the field. Jens trying to hop back right in front and build off of their successful last inning. As it's knotted up here at 3 apiece at Moody Park, headed to the bottom of the 4th.
Hi, my name is Dr. Philip Glassner. I'm a hip and knee replacement specialist at Mid-Jersey Orthopedics. We're a multi-specialty orthopedic practice with offices in Flemington, Bridgewater, and Washington, New Jersey. We have 18 fellowship-trained specialists to take care of you from your neck down to your toes. We offer conservative management such as bracing, therapy, and injections through surgical interventions as well. Our goal is to keep you active and healthy and get you back in the game. We also offer on-site digital X-ray as well as MRI. We have evening and Saturday morning office hours to assist with convenient appointment times, as well as having walk-in appointments available. Call us or visit our website at midjerseyorthopedics.com so we can help you to live life better.
Donato and Kalingo now getting set for the fourth inning. We just got a little bit more of that update between the Cavs and Mammoths. We're going to keep our eye closely on those two games today because those obviously as well are going to impact playoff standings. We may have Monday games depending on if the standings shake up. But Nick Jombowski, not only did he have that home run, he had a one RBI double, which ended up with the rainy field conditions being a Little League home run. So Jombowski now responsible for all 3 runs for Trenton as they lead now 3-1 against Mercer.
The Caps really just, like you mentioned, having a really nice last couple of weeks and carrying a lot of momentum into what could maybe be a playoff run depending on how the rest of these games shake out.
Me and Ben were talking about it. I mean, the comp you can make as of right now without the playoffs starting is, can we see some sort of Indiana Pacers magic from the Capitals? I mean, no, everyone counted them out in the East, made the NBA Finals. You never know with Trenton.
Yeah.
As that 3-1 goes way outside, so Kalingo's on with leadoff walk. Rivera's still out there for his fourth inning work.
Bless you.
Thank you very much.
Number 4,
Apologies for that.
I had a history teacher in high school. Every time somebody sneezed in class, he would say salute. He wouldn't say bless you. And I'd be like, why don't you say bless you? He's like, I believe that nobody should be blessed in my classroom but this knowledge. And I was like, okay, well, whatever you say. So maybe I'll switch it up next time you sneeze in the broadcast. I'll hit you with a salute.
Sounds good. This one's skied into left field by Hallett. Dropping quickly, but able to make the catch as Pedrick tailing back. That's a nice, underratedly tough read there by Pedrick. Got on his horse right away to make that catch.
Yeah, really good reaction there and a good jump to get one away.
Number 34,
As the Kings just doing their best to hold the line before they can turn it back over to their offense in the next inning.
As Bischoff's ready to get set for his second at-bat. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Check swing foul. So both coaches, after struggling in the third inning, have both elected to keep their guys out there. It worked for the Generals and Mike Coryell. We'll see if it's able to work for the Kings and Noah Rivera out there on the mound. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball runs inside on Bischoff. It's 1-1. Have that runner in Kalingo over there at first base. Not a big speed threat.
Still a tall guy, though. You know, he's got long legs, can move like a gazelle out there if he gets the momentum going.
This one's chopped over to second base. Mercado coming in. He has some trouble handling it. Not able to go for the double play ball, but he's able to recover and make the play at first base. So Bischoff will be out at first base. And Kalingo slide on over to second. This will be a runner on second base with 2 dead and J.C. Laquara coming up.
That's a pretty good job by, in my opinion, by Mercado to kind of keep things pushing there and not let a ball nicking off his glove prevent him from doing anything else. He did a good job locating it, not panicking, and firing it over to first. I mean, think about how many times have we seen a player panic after maybe a little bit of an error, a fumble with the ball, and then fire it over the first baseman's head.
A lot of times in ECCBL action, we've seen that. Laquara fouled off that first pitch from Rivera. He's down in the count 0-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. Kings trying to keep this game up and even at 3 apiece. Here's the 1-1 from Rivera. Swing and a miss there from Laquara. It's now 1-2. And Rivera 1 strike away from working out of his 4th inning. So here's the 1-2 from Rivera. Curveball just missed outside. Rivera thought he clipped the corner. He started walking off the mound a little bit. Thought that was going to be strike 3 called. Home plate umpire didn't give in, though. He's going to have to try and make a better pitch here. Here's the 2-2 from Rivera. Fastball chopped. It's going to be a fair ball despite the diving effort by Tufano. It's going to sneak by him. And that runner will score an Inkalingo all the way from second base, and that is just pure frustration from Noah Rivera. Thought he had strike 3 on the corner. Umpire doesn't give it to him. And right after that, LaQuara rips an RBI single just past the diving glove at Tufano, and the Generals popped right back on top. It's now 4-3.
Yeah, bad luck all around for the Kings, and sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But the Generals' offense, you can call it lucky, but they haven't been anything short of good in this game. I mean, 4 runs through 4 innings. They're doing a pretty good job hitting well in situations. So runner on scoring position, they get him home, even with 2 outs, down to their last strike in the inning.
You have a dangerous bat with Plopper now, who had that RBI triple in his last plate appearance. Here's the 0-1. Fastball way outside. Fitzpatrick makes reaction. They're able to keep it in front. LaQuara, an underrated 2-for-2 day as well there at the bottom of the Generals lineup. Had that single in his first plate appearance, and now he had that RBI single in his second one. Here's the 1-1 from Rivera. Fastball runs away inside on Plopper. It's not 2-1. First pitch count all the way up to 62 now. Slowly climbing. Here's the 2-1 from him. Swing and a miss there. Runner's going to throw behind, and he's barely going to be safe. Fitzpatrick tried to pick off LaQuara, diving back over into first base, and he's barely going to be safe. That was a really close play.
Maybe getting lucky over there was LaQuara. Good there wasn't an ump standing right there. It could have been a much closer call. And maybe an inning-ending play, but again, they survive what could be tight, and now it's Plopper's bat to push things forward.
Here's the 2-2. Fastball fouled back. Plopper really has been all over anything Rivera has thrown his way today, as much as the Generals lineup has as well. And the Kings haven't been slashes on offense either. I mean, they got something going against Welsh in that third inning. Struggled in the fourth against him. Rivera trying to final battle out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball popped up over to the right side. It's going to go foul and out of play. You do have a new arm coming in for the Kings. So you'd like to think if Rivera's not able to retire this batter, this may be the last one for him. Rivera ready to get set with another 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Fastball outside. It's going to be fouled away and foul once again. So you had a nice battle brewing here in between Plopper and Rivera. Rivera able to win the battle in his first appearance. Plopper able to win the second one. This is the best out of 3 series, Luke. Who's going to win it?
Rubber match.
Here's the 2-2. Goes way inside and slams Plopper in the back. So now what you want for Rivera after that tough battle. You're going to put Plopper now on first base. So now 2 runners on and 2 outs, with Justin Sistowicki coming up to bat.
Man, I'm rubbing the middle of the upper middle of my back after seeing that happen. God, that sounded like he hit the ball with his bat. That's how hard it ran into his back. And it caught him like flush in the upper part. Yikes, that is not a spot that's comfortable to be hit. You could tell, I think Plopper was just frustrated that he got hit.
Sistowicki chops this one over to third base. Coming in is Williams to make the play. Cross-body throw is in time. So despite that turbulent, rough battle in between Plopper, Sistowicki grounds the first pitch out. So on pitch 70, Rivera finally able to battle out. Generals were able to capitalize in the inning, though. They score 1. They're back in front 4-3 as Tim Welsh is back out there for his 5th inning of work. We'll be right back with you for that.
Back with you here at Moody Park as the sun begins to peek kind of through the haze up over there above left field. Usually, Guac, when we're here calling games, is that one's lined to the outfield and down, and Zilla will at least reach one base on the first pitch of the 5th frame. Is still out there throwing his Welsh. So an early base runner for the Kings as they're trying to make up ground, trailing 4-3 here in the top of the 5th. You know, usually when you and I are calling games, the sun's hanging low over those trees and right, but, you know, it's 12:01 p.m. Sun's kind of high in the middle of the sky. And at least for now, it seems to be beaming down from closer to the, you know, basketball court side, that left field side of this lovely Moody Park.
That's our basketball court. We run that. Me and Ben Chow were talking about it. We got to get out there soon before the summer's over. Go hoop with some of the locals out there.
Yeah, I still got to get a bucket on some of those kids over there. I think I probably could. 1-0 from Welsh. Chopped back to the mound, but past him, coming on and gloving it, stepping on second and firing to first for the double play.
Number 11.
Made that look a lot easier than you might think. Justin Sestowicki. Smooth as you like. You know, just like you talk about NFL receivers with the toe tap on the sideline, Sestowicki snagged the ball in the air, dragged his toe onto second base, and then fired over to get the runner at first for 2 quickly gone in the top of the 5th.
And Adjweltz's pitch count continues to climb. That was pitch 70 right there. It's just what the doctor ordered.
Next pitch is down low. So it'll be 1-1. Misses again. 2-1. You know, Welsh has shown a couple of kind of blips in his last few innings, but is still back out there throwing. That one's lined over the third. Oh, rather snagged. What a play. Hallett climbed the ladder and brought the baseball down with him from the top rung. A pair of web gems in the field for the Trenton Generals, and they get out of the 5th inning unscathed after the leadoff hit. It is 4-3 Gens as we go to the bottom of the 5th. So it'll be Luke Schweiker on the mound for the Kings as they aim to just kind of maintain this 1-run deficit in the bottom of the 5th. The Gens moved in and out of the top of this frame with efficiency thanks to a solo double play from Sestowicki. It's short, and then a beautiful leaping grab by Hallett in the hot corner. And now they turn to their bats in search of a potential insurance run or two, and they get things going pretty well here as Tomasetto lines that one in the left and is aboard on the first pitch of the half inning.
Just the way that you want to start it. So Schweiker
Number
just
22,
wrapped up his freshman year
Henry.
over there.
At Chestnut Hill College.
There you go. I was looking for. I was on the website. Just couldn't figure out the name, but yeah, he threw 21 innings over there in his freshman campaign. He was pretty good over there.
Yeah, he's thrown 5 innings so far in the ECCBL. Started one game 4 days ago against these same Generals. That pitch is up high and has Ayers ducking down. He's only given up 4 hits and 1 earned run so far in his brief ECCBL career.
Didn't give up that many hits in college though. It was the walks that kind of shot him in the foot in college with over 20 of those.
Yeah, it's a tough number. He's given up 5 in the ECCBL this summer. So not devastating numbers for 4 innings, but, you know, you pitch 5 innings total, give up 4 hits total and 5 walks. It's kind of about league average. The 1-1 inside, and Ayers has to scoot back. It's 2-1 count.
Ayers has hit 2 baseballs pretty hard today. But he's still over 2 on the day.
Yeah, still hitless since his average really peaked. The 2-1 catches the outside corner, evens the count. Ayers on July 17th against the Capitals, 0 for 4, would really drag that average down. Up as high as 475. Runner goes from first. Ayers pokes it to the third base line. It's gloved, fired across the diamond, and he will be retired. But not before Tomasetto reaches second.
They went with the hit and run action there. Wanted to avoid the foul ball. That's just a smart play by Ayers. Just chop it over there to third base. Don't let him turn that double play. And once again, Tomasetto on a nice jump there, avoiding it.
Yeah, so Ayers' cold streak continues. He is 0 for his last 10. Excuse me, 0 for his last 9. They do some quick counting in the head. And this brings up Cano Pizzell, who went yard first time up today and flied out almost at the same spot as last time up. Yo-oh. Fastball catches the corner. It'll be 0-1. Cano Pizzell heading into his junior year over there at Shippensburg. Hitting .307 on the summer. Was 1 for 5 against the Caps a couple days ago. 0-1 to him in the dirt. Knocked down nicely by Fitzpatrick. Good play there. One pitch. Chop back to the mound. Unable to be gloved by the pitcher, but firing over to first and getting the out. Pedrick to Tufano. As the 6-3 put out. Gets the second out of the inning, but advances the runner to third. So 90 feet from an insurance run are the Trenton Generals, and this will bring up Don Incalingo.
This is a big run here, trying to get that insurance run. Because I feel like just the way that these offensive two have both kind of mellowed out. I mean, listen, Welsh, I don't know how many more innings he's going to go. But even if the Generals bring in a new arm, I mean, King's having to score a big difference between 1 and 2 runs. It's a lot in the ECCBL play.
First pitch misses for ball 1, though it could have been pretty close.
Just say that pitch looks pretty good.
And going either way. Donato and Kalingo facing a 1-0 count. The pitch. Upstairs, the count is 2-0. That one got the inside of the zone. So it'll be 2-1 to Incalingo with Tomasetto on third and Schweiker on the bump. He's thrown 12 pitches so far today. His 13th forthcoming. The lefty kicks and delivers. Outside, 3-1. Oh, rather, that is a walk. I thought I heard the umpire go, hey, after the 2-0 pitch. And he even looked to the dugout.
Third baseman Landon Hallett.
But I've been bamboozled into thinking that that was a strike when I suppose it wasn't. So the walk for Inkalingo on 4 pitches means that Schweiker now has runners in the corner in his first inning of action. And he faces off against Landon Hallett, who made that beautiful play on third to end the last inning. The 0-0. And Kalingo goes, an attempt of a double steal, but no resistance given by Fitzpatrick, who concedes second. Hallett 0 for 2 so far today, and is a .230 hitter on the summer. 1-0. Spins in to even up the count. Two runners in scoring position here for the Generals. Trying to tack on some insurance runs. The 1-1. Hallett chops it to short. On there is Pedrick. He gloves it, pumps, fires, and that is the inning. Generals net a couple of base runners, but can't put a number on the board. And they lead 4-3 as we go to the top of the 6th. 6 outs left for the Kings to tie this one up or take the lead back. But we've been on the seesaw all day, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with you after our Toyota Drive of the Week. It'll be Jack Fitzpatrick to lead things off for the Kings in the top of the 6th. Takes a big cut at that one and misses. So it's 0-1 with Welsh still out there on the mound after 5 frames. We thought a couple times he'd be coming out between innings, but we still see bullpen action as that one is hit high. But shading over and making the catch is Ploppert, and there's one away.
I mean, he only had 75 pitches, so I also feel like with a doubleheader, I mean, I don't blame Mike Coryell. Try and get as much as you can out of this guy. You also have the lead now, making with that 4-3 lead. So, I mean, why not type of thing?
So with one away, we'll bring up Buchanan, who fouls the first one off, and behind the dugout to be down in the count 0-1.
Buchanan 0 for 2 on the day. He's struggled today. Welsh has gotten the better of him. He's been using that curveball effectively. Not only against Buchanan, but against the rest of the order as well.
Next pitch to him. Inside. Fouls that one back, so it'll be 1-2 to Buchanan. One-two count to LaSalle commit on the way from Welsh as he stares over at third, fires, and it's popped up. Shading back is Sestawicki, waves off Ploppert and makes the catch at shortstop. And there's 2 away.
This is big for the Generals. Just trying to get 3 more outs. I mean, who knows? Maybe Coryell throws Welsh out there for what you would hope if you're the Generals is the last half inning in the top of the 7th and try and get out of it. But you never know.
First pitch down low. So a 1-0 count. As Williams is up to bat and lines this one into left field, it'll get down for a base hit. Brent Williams will reach first. As again, one out from getting out of the inning. And Welsh has conceded a base runner.
He's done that, I believe, 3 innings in a row now.
No moves yet to bring anyone out of the pen, though they do have some arms getting loose over there. Welsh up to 81 pitches. It's a lot of numbers. His next offering is outside, so he'll open things up against Stefano with a 1-0 count.
Stefano, another guy over 2. Welsh has held a lot of these guys in check. He's living in the top of the orders where he's had his struggles today.
1-0 is fouled back. That'll make it 1-1. Welsh misses low there.
I don't know where that missed. Looked like it was right on the corner.
So it'll be 2-1 to Tufano, who fouls that one back. Tufano has his average settling at around 288 on the summer, but has only 3 extra base hits to his name all year. Clearly knows how to get on. Maybe not how to get on and then some. 2's across the board, the pitch. Check swing, outside. Count will be full. Welsh 1 strike away from getting through his 6th frame of work and probably really helping out his head coach, Mike Coryell, for Game 2 of this doubleheader.
Most definitely. Keeping those arms fresh. I mean, you look at it on the other side. Kings are already on their 2nd guy. Coryell's just clinging on to whatever Welsh can give him.
3-2. Runner goes. Pitch is low for ball 4. And Tufano is walked. So Williams will be on 2nd, Tufano on 1st. As the Generals are going to have a little 2-person powwow here on the mound between Lecara and Welsh. We'll bring up Ty Mercado, who is 1 for 1 so far today with a hit and a walk. Been over at 2nd so far today. Doing a pretty good job in the field, all things considered. We had some rain earlier. That has since passed. May come back to bite us in the 2nd game, though. First pitch low and away for ball 1.
Big spot from Mercado. He's 1 for 1 on the day with the walk. He's able to put a charge on this one. This could be a big job for him.
Well, he pops it up sky high in the infield. Moving over is Welsh. He'll make the catch. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left. As the Kings still trail by 1. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Generals having 4 and the Kings having 3. We'll be right back on Jersey Baseball Nation. Alex Bischoff going to lead things off for the Generals in the bottom of the 6th. He was followed by Lacara before flipping over the lineup and having ploppered as the first pitch leaves the left hand to just an accompanying big old sigh. I mean, that was like in Wii bowling when you throw the ball behind you and the crowd goes, "Aw!" That's basically what came out of the mouth of Schweikert.
I mean, just a bit outside.
So Schweiker is down in the count, 2-0 against Bischoff, who is 0 for 2 so far today. The pitch, strike, caught the inside corner. Two-one. Spins in for 2-2.
Schweiker's done a nice job. He's attacked a lot of these hitters. Only one walk in that last inning. And we talked about how the walks really do kill this kid. He's been pretty good so far today.
Next pitch misses outside. So it'll be 3-2 to Bischoff. Schweiker's 21st pitch on the way here. Check swing inside, ball 4. And Bischoff will take his base.
Number 7, catcher J.C. Lacora.
So with Bischoff on first, the Generals turn to catcher J.C. Lacara. He's had a pretty good game on both ends. Who tries to lay down a bunt there, pops it foul. The lefty Lacara is 2 for 2 today. Has a caught stealing to his name.
That was a dot that he threw in that first inning.
Yeah. Catching somebody over at third. And now stares down Schweiker's 0-1. Squares to bunt again, drops it neatly, but it rolls foul. It's funny the amount of bunt attempts we see here at Moody, given how unpredictable the surface can be. You think that could work both for and against your efforts to
100%.
bunt. Sometimes you want it to take a funky, weird bounce that throws off the defense. Other times you just want it to stay fair. The 0-2 to Lacara will be delayed after the pickoff attempt goes over the glove of Tufano. Hustling over to second is Bischoff. He'll get there standing. He's going to round ahead to third. Tufano not even going to throw it, and Bischoff on the horse, cracking the whip. He's gone from first to third on the passed ball. He just showed no desire to slow up there around second, and I think kind of caught Tufano napping.
As our field umpire is going to have a word with him.
Tufano protesting something about the way Bischoff was moving.
I think it was I think he wanted interference because the throw kind of took
him
into Bischoff over there first base, and he tried to reach around him. But again, it's just Bischoff going back to the base. He's entitled to that space. It's on Schweiker. He has to make a better throw if he's going to pick that ball off.
So an 0-2 count now, or rather still, to Lacara after his base running support goes from first to third. Still nobody gone. Schweiker fires. Spins that one just low. For a 1-2 count. Infield in. Toes on the edge of the grass. The 1-2. Chop to the third base line and up and over the glove of Williams. He was not tall enough to ride that ride. And Bischoff goes 90 feet and gets the Generals an insurance run in the bottom of the 6th.
I mean, Moody hopping half. I mean, that ball took off like a trampoline. I just jumped off of. I mean, Williams used every inch of vertical that he could possibly muster up. Just wasn't enough. I mean, the Lacara's 3 for 3 now on the day.
Great day for the catcher in all facets of the game. And the lineup flips over. Ploppert, the leadoff man now, 1 for 2. First pitch in the dirt. Lacara hops, thinks about taking second, but will just walk his way back to first. You know, for all the credit and talk given to the top of this Generals lineup and really the meat of the order and how good they've been, it's really been the bottom 4 guys today. Cano, Pizzell, Bischoff, and Lacara have all scored a run. They've got 4 combined hits between them. And Cano Pizzell had that shot earlier on. That pitch is outside. It's 2-0.
Schweiker still doesn't have that first out yet. Looking for it.
Sure, he'd love nothing more than a double play ball right now. Clear the bases and his mind. So Lacara, antsy over there on the base paths. The 2-0. Check swing, low. 3-0 count. Ploppert in control at the dish so far. 3-0 to Lacara. Excuse me, Lacara on first, and it didn't matter because after a flamboyant bat toss from Ploppert, he will walk his way to first on a 4-pitch walk. So the Generals have 2 aboard in the bottom of the 6th. They've already scored a run, and now we're going to have a meeting at the mound.
Do some action down there in the Kings bullpen. You don't want, I mean, I would think that you would not want to use another or try and burn another arm in this half inning, especially with the unguaranteed that if they don't come back in the top of the 7th, I mean, it would have just been a waste because you're just throwing them for this half inning.
So in the top of the 5th, the Capitals, in the other game that matters today, put up 3 on the Mercer Mammoths and just continue their week from heaven. They lead 6-3 over the Southern Division leaders. As Nick Drombowski continues to have a good game over there. He had a Little League home run.
Double in his first plate appearance.
And a double in his first plate appearance. You know, he actually hit a real home run in his first plate appearance. And he had a double in his second plate appearance that turned into a Little League home run that ended up giving them a 3-1 lead. Game was tied up at 3. And now a 3 spot later. And your Trenton Capitals at one point looking dead in the water in the bottom of the Southern Division. Really battling their way back recently. As they've fought their way almost to 500. Squaring a bunt before pulling back, it says to Wiki. It'll be a called strike. The 0-1 count to the shortstop, who is 1 for 2 today. Fouled away.
Right over our heads.
Thankfully, not so high that you can hear it thump onto the top of the press box.
Well, apparently there was a foul ball that went over the fence and landed in the press box when Jeff was here the other day.
Yeah, you know, I think Jeff's going to like to think he flashed the leather and caught it in his bare hand, but according to him, he said he heard it before he saw it and ended up landing right next to him. The 0-2. Grounded down the third base line, foul.
Coryell couldn't put a web gem on that play. He tried.
Yeah, maybe the years of dropping his hips and leaning down to get to those balls might be over. Sestawicki 1 for 2 today. Schweiker on his 34th pitch. Coming soon. Checks the runners, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss there. And he gets the first out of the inning. After striking out Sestawicki from a curveball that went from the 12 on the clock to the 6th.
Number 36, second baseman, Nick Tomasetto.
Still's got to battle through the meat of this General's order, though. He's not out of the water yet.
This will bring up Nick Tomasetto. One for 3 today. The Seton Hall commit sees the first pitch for a called strike on the outside corner. A 1 pitch on the way soon. Kicking and firing and skipping it into the dirt.
It's a nice block there by Fitzpatrick behind the plate, though.
So with a runner on first and second, the Generals looking to tack on some more insurance runs. They lead 5-3 with one gone in the bottom of the sixth. And Tomasetto at the dish. The pitch. Swing and a miss there. Hits 1 and 2 as that curveball looking lethal suddenly.
Tomasetto came up with nothing but air. You mentioned it.
One-two pitch on the way. Check swing, gets past Fitzpatrick into the backstop, and the runners will advance. So it's second and third now, with a 2-2 count on the board and one away.
Insurance is the name of the game. I'm sure the Generals would love to have these two insurance runners. I mean, at this point, I feel like trot Welsh back out there. He has, I think, 20 to 25 pitches left on the pitch count. Let him use it up.
Right under the wheels fall off. 2-2. Lined into the gap, moving over is Raba. Does he have it? Yes, he does in the air. He'll fire home. Runner's going to tag. Play at the plate and not in time. As Lacara tags in and gets the Generals an insurance run. They lead 6-3 with 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth. In a game that's been back and forth. Up initially 1-0, then trailing 3-1. They tied it up at 3 and haven't looked back since. 5 unanswered runs for the Trenton Generals.
The Kings really looked solid in that top of the third. I mean, I thought that, they could have been the winning team today with what they were doing off Welsh early. And just haven't gotten absolutely anything since.
First pitch to Ayers. He will chop this one foul. He is 0 for 3 today, which is not what you would expect from a guy who was leading the ECCBL Southern Division in average among, like a certain qualification of hitter because of his hot start to July. And since he had a walk-off in Game 1 of the doubleheader against the Kings earlier this week, hasn't had a hit since. The 0-1. This is grounded up the middle and into the glove. Nice play there by Schweiker. He'll flip to first. And the side is retired. Not before the Generals strike again. They put up 2 in the bottom of the sixth to lead 6-3 over the Kings, who are down to their last 3 outs of regulation. We'll go to the top of the seventh after we remind you that the ECCBL is sponsored in part by Northfield Bank. Proudly serving local communities since 1887 with branch locations across Mercer and Hunterdon counties. Northfield offers simply free checking with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and no per-check charges. Northfield Bank customers also enjoy free online banking, mobile app access, and a free debit card for everyday purchases. For more information, please visit northfield.com or follow Northfield Bank on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Northfield Bank.
I'm at 89.
It'll be Jordan Raba to lead things off for the South Jersey Kings. They look to the top of their order to perhaps stage a late rally against the Generals in the top of the seventh. Again, Game 1 of a doubleheader, so we only play 7. Next pitch from Welsh is in the dirt. And how about, should he finish this game? Should he get pulled here? How about the day that Tim Welsh is having on the mound?
He's had one bad inning, and apart from that, he's been locked down.
His 1-1 spins in there for a 1-2 count. As Raba, who is 1 for 3 today, is in search of his second hit and second opportunity on the base paths to showcase some of that speed that he flashed in the last inning. he grounds the 1-2 right to first and right past Cano Pizzell. Took a funky hop on the dirt. And Robbo will reach on the base hit just exactly the way the Kings want things to get going early. With Inzilla coming up.
It's unfortunate. Welsh got exactly what he wanted. He gets a weak chopper over to Cano Pizzell. Had it right in front. Because Cano Pizzell didn't get his full body in front of it, though, to really block that ball down, make sure it didn't get past. And takes a moody hop right over his glove and almost over his shoulder.
Opening pitch snaps outside to Inzilla. Next pitch in the dirt. So it's 2-0 to Dominic Inzilla. Not behind the dish today, or at least in the first game. Got to think we might see him back there for game 2. This one's lined foul and onto the asphalt path. As we see the finger twirl in the dugout from some Generals coaches, thinking you're going to get your relievers working here should another base runner be conceded. Welsh is 2-1. Outside and gets past Lacara. So the runner will advance from first to second. That pitch popped away. So Inzilla in the box now with a 3-1 count. Sees that pitch in a fastball for a called strike. Count is full. Next pitch is upstairs for ball 4. So 2 early base runners, and you think Welsh's day might be done here. Coach Coryell coming out to talk to his starter. As Welsh throwing 99 pitches. One shy of triple digits. Coryell going to talk to him here, but given the fact we got a pitcher coming out of the bullpen, it looks like it's going to be a change. So Welsh's day is done. We'll go to a break and be right back with you in the top of the 7th here at Moody Park. 2 runners on, nobody gone. Late comeback potentially on the way from the South Jersey Kings. So it'll be Eric Hartman up at the plate. New pitcher Andrew Brown. He's really been warming up since that third inning when Coach Coryell first sent him out to the pen with potential relief duties of Welsh. Welsh then lasted 3 more frames, but a pair of leadoff base runners in the top of the 7th have changed Coach Coryell's minds, as that one is fouled back. And the rain kind of beginning to fall again here at Moody Park, so much so we had to close the window in front of us.
Brown is a Manhattan Jasper, so not too far.
Kind of in the direction you'll be going after this. Somewhat.
Hopefully.
Different borough, but somewhat. Two one count. Fouled back. So the count's even at 2. Brown has pitched 11 2/3 in his ECCBL summer. He's given up 8 earned runs and 16 runs total. 2-2 on the way. Fouled away.
Brown was 3-1 in college. Opponents hit around 300 against him. Did only give up 24 runs though. So again, a little bit of struggles in his freshman season over there, but you know, got a good workload over there for the Jaspers.
And his one appearance against the Kings gave up 5 runs, 0 earned, and was given credit for the loss. 2-2. Fouled away again. Oh, no, it's not. Rather, carrying on the left field line and caught. So there will be one gone. As that one looked like it would tail past the white line, but Bischoff moved over and snagged it before it got there. So there's one away in the top of the 7th, with the Kings still needing 3 runs to tie this up and 4 to take the lead. As now a double play ball would end things here. Brown's pitch grounded to second. This could be that play. Tomasetto gloves it, flips to Sestawicki. He fires to first. Umpire slips, falls, grabs his knee. Was it in time? We will get back to you on that, because our field umpire has taken a spill, and you really hope he's okay. He says he's safe. But you got to hope our field umpire is okay out there. Chris Losey, our field umpire today, has dusted himself off and checking his hands and stuff. For a second, I got a little worried there. It looked like he could have blown out an ACL. He came down clutching at his knee. But Tomasetto's flip to Sestawicki was the second out of this one. It advanced the runner to third, but now put things all on the back of Fitzpatrick as the rain continues to fall, and the Kings jerseys, once a royal purple, have descended to a more darker color. First pitch to him, fastball high. It'll be 0-1.
Just clip the top of that zone. Nice pitch there from Brown.
0-1 count. Misses again. This time 1-1. Petrick on first, Rob on second. The next pitch can't catch the top of the zone. It'll be 2-1. It feels like in rain like this, throwing that curveball might not really be too advantageous of a position. Next pitch, fouled back, and the count is even. So down to their last strike are the South Jersey Kings, as the Generals, once trailing 3-1, have scored 5 unanswered in the last 4 innings. Brown comes set. Check swing. Did he go? They're going to say he did. Strike 3, ball game. As the Trenton Generals take game 1 of 2 in a must-win doubleheader for both these teams to push themselves to 13-14-2. The Kings fall to 13-17-1. And they'll spin back in about 30 minutes, barring this rain, to play game 2 here at Moody Park. For my partner Giacomo, I'm Luke.